What's up, guys? Subzeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, we got a Dishsoap VOD review. You know, he's Dishsoap. He's a beast. He's always smurfing it up on ladder. And today, he played a comp that I'm really hyped to review, actually. It's not one that many people have been talking about. It's a very conditional comp. It's definitely not one that you can, like, hard force every game. But if you get the spot for it, it's pretty crazy, and we can already see some echoes, some reasons, not echo the unit, but echo the concept of why we're gonna play this comp. We picked up a Renni here already. We've got 3 bruiser. Probably want to hold on to this Maddie as well, I would think, just because it pairs well with the opener, and yeah, we can hold everything else. But yeah, we have kind of a bruiser opener here. The Maddie's a nice backline here. We have the rod, which doesn't really, I mean, it gives us some kind of AP direction. Maybe you'd hold on to like the Lux here for potential like AP opener in this spot. But yeah, overall a pretty solid, just kind of like normal opener. Really looks like AP, and we'll hold on to the Lux for maybe some kind of like Arcangel Slam. But first augment here, Prismatic, Void Swarm, Subscription Service, Freaky Friday. Just general vibes on these. They're all takeable in spots. Subscription Service certainly can get you to some of these forecasts that are going to be more contested a lot faster. I've seen a lot of people really like the Zezirot one. Like, I remember there was that YBY1 VOD review where he just insta-took this one. Really solid for comps that already kind of like lack frontline. He played it in like a Visionaries line, I think. And then, you know, Freaky Friday, I can't really, like, unless you're angling really hard into like a melee line, like a Camille line, like a Violet line, you know, I wouldn't be taking this. But, you know, if you're in those lines, this seems really solid. Gonna reroll first, and then we end up hitting Bruiser Crown immediately, which, you know, makes a lot of sense with our spot here. So boom, there's Bruiser Crown. There's a 4 bruiser start here. And then the main question is just what items are we gonna build in this spot? My thought is generally, like, when you're playing Bruiser Crown, you want to play into a Bruiser Twitch angle. So I would look at building some Twitch items. A little awkward because we have like redemption components, and then we got the redemption already here. And you would want to move towards, you know, getting towards like a Gwynsu, but we don't even have bow here. Maybe you could take the glove here to kind of guarantee that kind of stuff. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Dishsoap will be a beast here and come up with some kind of like AP Bruiser angle, because that's what you'd love to play from these items. Yeah, he's actually like taking a while on this, and he will end up picking up the glove and the bow here, looking towards the Gwynsu. Gonna get 4 bruiser in here, gonna slam the Gwynsu, slam this as well, with the idea that, yeah, we're going to play towards Bruiser Twitch. That's the idea from this spot, and it makes sense, right? Bruiser emblem, fantastic on Dr. Mundo. Have I even done a Bruiser Twitch VOD review? If not, sorry about that. But that is definitely the Bruiser +1 angle that people really started to figure out as we got further into the set. People are like, oh, I mean, obviously, this Mundo unit, you give him a bunch of AP, and he's just invincible for free. This is a cool little just micro pivot of the board as well. You get Scrap in here. Yeah, you get to play for the GP as the item carry here. Yeah, this looks fantastic. Obviously, we lose Enforcer, but we're getting a full Scrap item onto GP, and Glove most of the time is going to be something good on GP. Obviously, you can roll stuff like Steadfast Heart, but I mean, you know, IE is great, Last Whisper is great, Guardbreaker is great. I mean, QSS is fine, Hodge is solid. Like, yeah, most of the items that you can roll out of Glove are really good. So this is maybe, if not the best, one of the best components that you can scrap onto this guy. But imagine Dishsoap is going to put a lot of bruisers and a Twitch into the team planner here. Throw in GP in the planner right now, which is kind of interesting with his team planner. Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're looking at here, but I don't know. We'll see as the game gets further on. Surely it's not some kind of like GP bruiser reroll or anything, right? That, I mean, that sounds crazy, but you know, crazier things have happened, and the comp we end up playing this game does end up being kind of crazy. All right, going into carousel here, tier open. I would think you would just want to kill this with something like an Adaptive Helm or like a Vow. There's also Adaptive on Renni pair, which is kind of nice. If we could get to a Renni 2, that'd be great. Can't pick it up though, so maybe just look at something like a Vow. We also have IE that we could just pick up, and it's 3 cost, so okay, makes sense. Just to guarantee the IE here. The only kind of sad thing is, yeah, this tier is kind of, I don't know, feels like it's burned a hole in my pocket, but I mean, yeah, we can throw it there. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so this is something that somebody screenshotted in Dishsoap's chat, actually, talking about this like bruiser reroll version where you reroll for Renni 3, and then you can also reroll for the GP 3. Ooh, interesting. Maybe this kind of gives Dishsoap ideas of playing a line where you're not necessarily just fast 8 into Twitch, but maybe play something else. Still though, the spot looks fantastic. 4 streak here, this GP doing 3.5k, just so much damage. Now we have Renni pair, which is really nice. If you ever get Renni 2, this is just going to guarantee our early game. Yeah, I mean, overall, this is a fantastic early game from Dishsoap. Well played to pivot into the GP. I think, you know, like, if you end up missing that, this early game looks so much worse. So good, solid plays from Dishsoap, as you would expect. We run into this guy who's got At What Cost here, and a Garen with a Sunfire, so this might be the end of our win streak here. They also have Vlad too. They got a solid Vex in the backline pumping up damage. We also railed an Archangels onto our Trundle, which is not our favorite item here. So yeah, we're actually going to lose our 5 streak here. I mean, this board from Showtime just looks disgusting. Not much that you can do there. So yeah, that's life. We do pick up a Nunu here, who is a crucial part of this board. Gonna play. I love this little micro play from Dishsoap here. Field the double Renni here, because you might end up in a spot here where you have to sell some of these units for econ. You just always, when you're in a minion round, want to field the units that you're most likely to hold on to. You know, imagine we did get somehow like 1 extra gold here, which is not likely to happen, but you know, maybe there's a world where we can end up selling this Violet for gold. You know, maybe we get 9 gold and selling the Violet allows us to make 10. You know, it could certainly happen. And so it's very, very smart stuff from Dishsoap, just to make sure that he has all the options. He doesn't end up even using the options in this spot, but I just love little stuff like that, because it can make a difference. If you play Slappy there and it costs you a gold, you know, a gold is a gold. This is why the best TFT players are the best TFT players, because they make all those little micro optimizations. All right, the kind of awkward thing here is sword, glove from a component standpoint. We've already made our IE and our Gwynsu here. You could go for something like a Deathblade. I guess, you know, it's not the end of the world. You could go for like a Deathblade and then end up killing this glove with something like a Steadfast Heart, and you'd make it work. It's just a little awkward that we can't get a slam down here. We're also a bit poor in this spot, 34 gold, because, I mean, look at our bench. Our bench is worth 12 gold right now, so it's a lot. Second augment here, Item Collector, Trifecta, and Noble Sacrifice. I guess we wanted to go for this kind of angle. We could go for Trifecta. Item Collector tends to be good, in my opinion, when you're taking this kind of prismatic augment, because you're getting extra items. So, you know, that's something that you could certainly look at. And then, I mean, obviously Noble Sacrifice gives your team a bunch of Armor Namar, scales really well with Bruisers. Like, this seems like a very, very solid option as well. I mean, Trifecta would mean you would have to commit to 3-cost reroll, which, I mean, does Dishsoap want to do? I mean, it looks like he wants to, and yeah, I mean, the idea is that there is also a possibility of getting a Renni here. But yeah, he's going to go for it. The trifecta here. So locking himself into some kind of bruiser type reroll. Also, he has this bruiser emblem that can potentially go up here. Also going to make a Sterax onto the Renni here, just playing around more of like a Renni carry type thing. And the double IE for the GP. We saw this a lot last set with like double IE. It was like Ezreal, right? There are like a lot of units that would use just double IE, because big crits, a bunch of crit chance, it can be very good on units in general. It's kind of a weird setup, but you know, like building the second IE, it means that IE is not obviously giving you double spell crit, but now, I say now, but they made this change. I don't even know. Tell me in the comments what set they made the change where IE and JG, if you already have spell crit, they give you the extra crit chance. But just activating that is solid. But okay, spot looking good here. Trying to figure out if he wants to play Steb or the Nunu here. I feel like it's a very, very straightforward Steb, but maybe I'm crazy. I mean, if Dishsoap's asking the question, then it's worth asking. So yeah, maybe there's some juice to playing this Nunu here. But yeah, I mean, the board is looking good. We can potentially get 6 Bruiser in pretty soon. So that's always a good thing. It's an insane amount of HP. He's also holding on to the Blitzcrank, probably just for fun here, because it's not going to make gold. Item-wise here, we've got just the tier open here because we made the Sterax, which, I mean, in hindsight was a very, very smart slam from Dishsoap. Looking at, I would think a Vow here if we can get it. We can't end up getting it, so now we're forced into another potential damage component, so we're just going to go Bow here with the idea maybe it can be like a Last Whisper. It makes sense. It's kind of rough, though. Or, I don't know, maybe a Titans for Renni if we want to go for like the full Renni setup. I don't know. We will see. But overall, the spot looking good. Yeah, I mean, the more that I look at, the more I love that Sterax slam. It's just that extra sword would have been so awkward. You know, my idea of making like a Deathblade into Steadfast Heart means that we'd be sitting on Steadfast components and a Bell tier and a tier here, and we might still have not been able to kill any of those components off Carousel here. So you just get way more slams here. So a nice slam from Dishsoap. There's also, you know, Warmogs, and especially with the buff to Warmogs, is still way better than Sterax, but Sterax, it scales off HP. It's obviously not bad onto these bruiser type units. And, you know, Renni being like a damage dealer type unit, like she actually uses it decently. I don't know what the stats say on like Renni. I could pull them up. Why not? Little explorer check, and we just like got like Sterax on Renni. Renni items, gargoyles, BT looks fine. Sterax, it's great. I mean, the stats say it's really, really good, especially with the idea that we're going to play for more of like a Renni 3 idea. I think I like it a lot. All right, 3-6. We are still, once again, not that rich in this spot just because our bench has been so expensive this entire game. you know, 57 gold here. Yeah. And we've also not really had an econ augment. We get a little bit of gold, I guess, from the fact that we took trifecta, but that's very negligible. Another GP though. All right. So some GPs, 4 GPs at this spot, 2 Rennies. And I mean, with this augment, we are committed to reroll in this spot. So yeah, he's going to put his team into the team planner. The Urgot bridges some of the gap nicely though. Are we going to fit experiment onto this board? I'm not 100% sure. Set 2, very, very nice to be able to play around here. And yep, just a level 7. We're going to roll a bit here. We do pick up the Twitch if we want it. Going to get the Urgot in. Oh, and Urgot, I guess, just a nice bruiser emblem holder as well. Yeah, just throw that onto him. Items are kind of hilarious. We got all these rods. What do you even build here? He's going to build the D-Claw, which makes sense. It's a fantastic item. But what do you do with all these rods now? Do you have an AP carry that you can play in this comp? We'll throw a Zyra in for experiment. Probably not. So what do you even... I mean, I guess eventually if you get to like a Malzahar, that feels fantastic because he's a broken unit and you have Visionary in for him. Also, why are we fighting... The Showtime guy is such a high roller, man. Okay, not really. Maybe. I mean, maybe. But Garen too there is disgusting. All right. And here is what makes the whole world go around. Here is what makes the entire comp go crazy. We find an augment here named Artifactory, which has insane interactions with some units. If you're ever playing Camille, yoink this Artifactory augment. There are so many good ones that you can get with Camille, but also with bruisers. There are some really, really cool ideas with the ones that you can get from Artifactory here. Pop this, get Trenchcoat, Trickster's Glass, and DFG, and Azania's, I guess, if we want it. Trenchcoat, I would imagine, is the best here, but we'll see. Also, Dishsoap going to hold on to some of these items. This is a cool idea. You know, I think a lot of people, when they get Artifactory, they just decide to remake like a lot of their items. But I mean, Declaw, like, you're not going to reroll Redemption in a Bruiser's comp. Makes a lot of sense. And, you know, with TFT being so AP heavy with all the Black Rose boards, like Heimer Sentinel boards, all that kind of stuff, like it makes sense to actually hold on to the Declaw as well, which is pretty cool. So we're just going to reroll all these other ones. We end up getting an Anima Visage, which looks pretty good. We also find the Renni too, which is very, very nice. And I mean, even the Horizon Focus looks really, really nice here. Ooh, it's gonna go into Renni for now. I mean, my thought is that eventually it could end up on Elise. But I mean, I could see this. And also the Wit's End gonna go onto backline here just to be an item. And this also kind of like allows us to reforge the second Infinity Edge, which, you know, wasn't the most crazy thing in the world. So all right, already some pretty good artifacts that are on to this Renni here, who, yeah, I mean, actually she's kind of a Horizon focused beast. And also when she trench coats and all the Rennies, as long as they can survive, trench coating is really, really sick. We did fight a triple Warmog's Garen there, which is yeah, a bit illegal to be fighting here, but such is life. Renni with belt on carousel looks quite juicy if we can get it. He's also looking at the Savika here. Okay, I mean, Savika just as a better pit fighter and a really, really nice holder of the bruiser emblem. Yeah, I guess it makes sense with the idea being like, are we really gonna actually play experiment on this board? All right, here's where it gets a bit crazy. We hit the Talisman of Ascension here. It does, I believe, work with Trenchcoat. I guess we're gonna see here. We'll watch it because people are asking in his chat. I believe if they split, you know, it does work, but let's just see how long this Renni can last. Just to last so long into fights. But okay, there's the Trenchcoat procs. They all get a little bit low, but yep, it does work with Trenchcoat. They all triple ascend at the right amount of time. So yeah, these Rennies are monsters. And obviously, this is just Renni 2 at this point. We also have Anomaly coming in here. Ooh, wait. Is it Dramatic Entrance Renni here? She jumps off the battlefield. It's going to buy her so much time. Holy, wait, this is so cool. So let's go back and read Dramatic Entrance for people who are not taking this very often. 70% max HP, and you stun all enemies for 1.5 seconds. And it guarantees that she's going to live, I mean, at least 6 seconds. You need her to live a lot longer than that. But I mean, that is... Oh, also, and he's got the Horizon Focus as well. Wait, I don't... Does that work with Horizon Focus? I guess we'll see if that does. Because if it works with Horizon Focus, that's another even, like, layer of it. Wait, I mean, let's see. We're going to see. She's going to jump into the air. I mean, I didn't even realize how sick this game was. All right, and then just Horizon Focus. It does work on the entire board. Oh my god. The only problem is the rest of our board took a bunch of damage here, but I mean, we got to the Renni Ascension. She hasn't even... How does it work if she's already ascended and she splits? Do the other copies, do they split and just... I mean... Oh... Okay, that's the only downside is... It certainly looked like the other copies did not get the Ascension, which is really, really rough. We do hit GP3 here, is fantastic. Also, this is actually an APM check augment. It probably shouldn't be, but it is. If you craft items right here on this round, they will transform. So yeah, he's got to go for the right-click tech. Wait, we got this. What? He didn't. What? Oh. Well, I mean, even God's Bleed. Maybe Dishsoap also looking for some real items at this standpoint, at this point. You know, being able to guarantee red buff is pretty solid. Though I don't really know about this other stuff. We do find the Renni 3. I'm gonna move the Anima there, the Horizon Focus. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. You just Trenchcoat frontline, move the rest there, and we're gonna make red buff, and then Redemption can sit on bench. So we could have got an Ornn artifact a little bit quicker here if we had if we crafted this Redemption in time, but obviously a lot of stuff going on. I love when a player like Distro makes a tiny little mistake like this, which is like, you know, he could get, he's kind of like loses around with that he could have an Ornn artifact. Just shows that, you know, oh my God, wait, Innervating Locket here? He doesn't have a remover is the only thing. Oh, okay, so the idea is he's gonna put this onto Savika for now, and then potentially we're gonna move that over to Renni. Like, I mean, I have to imagine that's great on Renni, though. What would you take off Renni? I mean, maybe you could put it onto like a Nunu 3, but we're not even at Nunu 3 yet. Are we even near? No, we're not. We're only holding 3. So yeah. All right. Ascension, Renni jumps off the board. The rest of our board kind of dying. We need this Renni to ascend here. There she is, though. She is huge. Cannot even see the HP bar of her. We also got the GP in the back lane. He's getting sniped down a little bit, but Renni is just going to solo the entire board. 10,000 damage. And I'd really love to see damage blocked for that Renni, because I think she just tanked the entire board. I mean, look, just such a cool, and I really love how Anomalies. I mean, isn't TFT such a cool game? Like, this is just such a crazy game, and Anomalies fitting into it as well. Like, Anomalies are really cool. All right, it's stage 5-3. We're done with most of our items, so I wonder if, I mean, the only thing we lack is like armor and Mars Shred type stuff, which like you could potentially grab, but I wonder if Dishsoap's just gonna be fine with going for another Ornn artifact off Carousel if we don't get like armor or Mars Shred. I could certainly see it, because like we're kind of done with most of our items. I guess eventually some of these items could move around, but I don't know. Or maybe we can get some kind of good emblem, but I don't think there's one that we can grab here. Yeah. So the question is, do you want Last Whisper, or do you want just, you know, the possibility of getting another Ornn item? He's going to grab the LW for now. I wonder where this is. Oh, we're kind of low on Reforgers, which is a crazy situation to be in modern day TFT, because I feel like you always get so many Reforgers. Also, what is this? We're going to get Chem Baron in here? Throw the Last Whisper onto the... Okay, we're kind of cooking here. I mean... We're win streak Chem Baron. We're not going to get much out of it, but maybe we can just cash out the 100, get... I'm not even sure what, like a Chem Baron duplicator, but like we don't have any Chem Barons that we want to dupe here, right? I don't think. This is crazy. All right. But I mean, just, look at this Renni go. Oh my God. I mean, she's just tanking. Malzahar, I feel like, would be the biggest, oh my God, 33,000 healing there. I feel like Malzahar would be the biggest issue for this comp. And doesn't seem like an issue at all for Dishsoap right now, just because there's just so much damage. Even Chem Baron in here, 15 stacks. Yeah, not a lot here. Also, this lobby HP is crazy. Dishsoap head and shoulders above everybody because he's on the 4 streak. He's been killing everybody. And then 18 HP, 16, 16, 14, 10, 8. Like, second place, if he took enough of a loss, could die, especially because we're going into stage 6. Like, someone could go, yeah, the second place guy could actually end up going like bot 4, which is wild, though. They are win streaking, so probably not. But yeah, Showtime going to take a big loss here. Marcel ends up going out in 7th. And yeah, I mean, is this guy, oh, he's going to lose to Dishsoap's clone. So he drops down to 5 HP. Yeah, like I said, that guy was in 2nd, but he could easily go like 5th or 6th this game. All right. He gets, no, he doesn't get a remover. He did sell the Savika here. We have to do this if we want to potentially move Innervating Locket over to the Renni, because we're only going to get one remover, of course. Throws the red buff down here just to guarantee that it doesn't switch. We also got a Reforger here, which is kind of cool, because now we could reforge something like we could try to reforge like a Wit's End, but it's hard. He's also kind of crazy that we moved Anima over, but yeah, I mean, the idea is that like, who needs Anima? We're healing. I mean, Renni on her own is just doing so much. So why do we actually need Anima? I mean, crazy to think about actually, but just moving Anima off this Giga Bruiser. But I mean, we'd lose so much damage losing the Horizon Focus. Like, our board might actually have too little damage, and also just getting. I mean, obviously we're not moving the Ascension gem. So I mean, yeah, it makes a lot of sense here. And look at this Renni go. We beat this guy. Okay, I'm pretty sure your strategies the guy, or pirates was the guy win streaking. So they don't go from second into seventh, but crazy that could even happen. Ooh, there's a cool little in on the board as well. The Vi 2 and then the Caitlyn as well for Enforcer, just some extra damage. And the Vi 2 gonna be a fantastic holder of this stuff. And then the Caitlyn also holds the Last Whisper and the red buff really, really well. Wow. I love this. I mean, this is just a really nice way to cap out the board. I mean, yeah, what else can you say? Dish soap does it best. Get the Ascension on the Renni. I love when the health bar just goes completely black and you just can't even see the HP. Nobody can beat this Renni. It's nice because he's giving some good losses to some people. I don't know, was that Rocky was fighting there? But you know, at least they end up getting 1 or 2 unit losses. So very, very nice guy, Dish Soap, giving some decent losses here. Gonna roll down a bit, but not really find anything. But I do not think Strategy's board has enough damage to get through this Giga Renni here. She is, I mean, she's just a monster. What else can you say? Gonna jump off the board once again. Gonna fly onto the board here, do a ton of damage to everybody with Horizon Focus. And yeah, I mean, I just don't see how any single fight is winnable. Like, even if they kill everything, Renni just solos the entire board. And yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happens here. And it's a dub. Easy dub for Mr. Dish Soap. I don't know. Just a really, really cool VOD. I didn't even know about the take to the skies, the Galio augment, whatever it's called, or anomaly as it were. But just a really, really cool board playing around the Renni 3 with these artifacts. It's, you know, a line that if you get something like Artifactory, or you end up starting with an Ascension gem, maybe something that you can play for. You need a specific spot for it, but a really, really sick one. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, all my other links down below as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.